As the wind blows slowly over the steppe, the smell of the earth mixes with the blood and iron. A silhouette with a sword in his hand in the redness of the sunrise. He appeared on an Amazon. The small scars on his body were silent witnesses of the wars he had experienced. A surviving collision, every scratch tells of a will that has not backed down. He was just throwing off the predatory outfit he was wearing. Not for war, but to shout out who you are in free fear. His sleepless and unyielding sword. He grasped it tightly, elegance and brutality meet in the same body. His strong-edged body is the result of years of horseback riding. And it was a war machine shaped by close combat. However, what makes him really dangerous is not his muscles, but his eyes. It was two determined looks because he who knows what fear is, never test him. Not surrendering. For Amazon women warriors, beauty is not a weakness, we are another face of strength. They have rejected their destiny in the roles assigned to them in the world of men. He wrote it with the tip of a sword. For them, the battle is only survival. It was to protect freedom, and this woman was the exact average of the legend. What will be told in a moment is not just the story of a warrior that history ignores. It is the story of the true power of the Amazon women that he feared and turned into a legend. Before you start the video, make a short subscribe and download the video. Pressing the like buttons will help this type of content continue. Good thing. The ancient Greek history of Herodotus is about this. A mention of an extraordinary community $2,500 years ago. He calls them the Amazons, that quilt, in his own words. Male killers, this name is just a legend. She represents the most feared and mysterious warrior women of the ancient world. Nowadays, the word Amazon conjures up a global tech giant for most people. For centuries, this horse has broken gender roles. Okatan is a warrior who wields a sword and challenges the male-dominated order. For a long time, the cook was identified only with women on Amazon. Imagine that it is a myth. However, archaeological discoveries made in the last 10 years have shown that these women are not only legends. It powerfully suggests that they may have really existed in history. Researches. It shows that the Amazons may be connected to nomadic Eskit and Sarmatian peoples. Their habitats range from the Caucasus Mountains to the east of the Black Sea. It extends deep into the Eurasian steppes. In ancient Persian, Greek and Syrian sources, the Amazons are depicted in almost the same way. It is depicted as an archer who knows how to ride a horse skillfully. Warriors who are distant from sea voyages and even wear trousers. So, who were the Amazons in Greek myths? Homer mentions them for the first time. In the Iliad, the Amazons fight against Achilles on the side of Troy. In another narrative, an Amazon queen in Heracles' 9 missions. It is said that he was tasked with stealing his belt. The marriage of the Amazon queen Hippolyte ends tragically. This story is about the impact of family separation on children in the ancient world. It is considered one of the earliest narratives. Over time, these myths don't just stay in stories like the gladiator in Roman times. Kind of arenas are also restaged queens. Their names are given and the fight to the first blood is fantastic. The repetition of the affirmative narrative over the century suggests that people believe that the Amazons never existed. It makes it easier to believe because the Amazons are dangerous for the male-dominated order. It represented an idea. However, in the 20th century, this perspective begins to change. Russian archaeologists are excavating Scythian kurgans found in Central Asia and southern Siberia. When it begins, findings emerge that will change the course of history. Most of these graves belong to women, and these women are not ordinary individuals. He was buried with arrows, bows, daggers, and even horses with them. The ancient Greeks questioned the existence of the Amazons. They used them as a contrast to the ideal woman of Athenian society. Obedience from women in Athens in the 5th century BC. This norm was expected to be individuals who were attached to their homes and gave birth to sons. Every woman who went outside of them was seen as Amazon-like. The Amazons are maverick, quarrelsome and restrained in the eyes of Athenian men. The most detailed and impartial explanations about the Amazons in the necessary figures are every. Herodotus belongs to Herodotus, the Persian sources, and the Greek before him. It provides important information about the origin of the Amazons by examining Greek writers. Describe them as ruthless but highly skilled warriors. In one of his narrations, the Amazons who are captured by the thermometer belly dancer. While the Greeks return home by sea, the Amazons are freed from their chains. He kills all the men on the ship, but they go to sea for days because they don't know how to use a ship. They are dragged into the sea and eventually hit the rocks near the Crimea. Amazon is the region where free Scythian people live. Their wild horses move into domesticated areas, but their language is similar to Swiss. However, although their incomprehensible clothes are similar, their cultures are different. A marauder who will not be able to return to the homes of the Amazons in time. It is said that they started to lead a life as men in response to these attacks. After days of fighting, the two sides managed to communicate. The desire to shed blood gives way to rapprochement, the Amazons and the Scythians get married. A new community is born: Sarmatians, women and men in this society. Men hunt together, fight together, ride horses together, Herod. When Herodotus' stories are examined carefully, an important detail emerges: the Amazons. They are similar to Scythians, but they cannot speak the language fluently, and they are also more than Scythian men. They want them to leave their own families and traditions, which is Amazon. It suggests that the Amazons may have been pushed out of Scythian society or may have come from a different origin. In 1993 in the Altai Mountains. The found Siberian ice princess adds a new dimension to these discussions. The body of this young woman dating back to the 5th century BC. It is extraordinarily preserved thanks to the permafrost wear on it. Clothes, tattoos and stone in ancient Greek vase in burial order. The depicted Amazons look almost exactly like them in subsequent excavations. More than 150 Scythian kurgans are studied, about a third of them. It belongs to elite warrior women, some buried with horses, some with horses. Bone deformations due to continuous horseback riding were detected in the furnace. Their average height is around 1.68, which is quite a bit for that period. All these findings are quite long, the truth behind the Amazon legend. It strongly suggests that warrior women may have been found. Nomadic life has forced women to be as strong and resilient as men. When men were waxing or at war, women had to survive. For the ancient Athenians, the Amazons are a threat that restrains modern. For historians, the Amazons question freedom, equality, and patriarchal order. It is a symbol of questioning, although its true origins are not known exactly. It is now much more likely that the Amazons are not just a myth. And one thing is certain, these fearless warrior women. He is one of the underrated figures in history and is the most important part of many films today. It met with the audience as its subject. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe to the video. Let's not forget.